Welcome, Scorpio, to your April 2021 reading. Thanks for tuning in. If this is the first time you've tuned into my channel, I offer free mini readings for all new subscribers. So if you've got a question about this particular reading or something that this reading doesn't cover for you, just click the subscribe button and ask your question in the comments below. Now, let's get into your reading. Now, you've got a beautiful reading this month. Scorpios, you start out with two tens, the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles. Now, tens are, I'm not a numerologist, but I like to look at little synchronicities like that. And tens are the card of endings that lead to new beginnings, and they bring about a sense of completion for you as well, and a sense of completion in the areas of the suit that they are coming up in. So you've got the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles. Now, what often happens with endings, they start out with the ending of, it's like the pinnacle of the suit that they are in. And what often happens is you start right back at the beginning on a new journey when the tens show up in your reading. But they bring a sense of contentment and a sense of happiness. And the 10, it's almost like there's a sense of relief as well when you get the tens in any suit. But they bring about new opportunities, and the opportunity for new beginnings are immense, and I absolutely see this for you in April. But let's get into the actual meanings of the cards. So the 10 of Cups is that just such a wonderful card, and this is that card that is a card of good fortune, and it talks about having it all emotionally, because it is cups. And it's like you've found great contentment now in your relationships. They're positive, they're affirming, you're getting great support from your family, your friends, the people that you love. And you have healthy and strong connections with your children if you do have any. You're in a wonderful place emotionally in April. There's harmony with your friends and your extended family. Your needs, your emotional needs are being fulfilled, and you have what you need financially to be happy as well. So this is just such beautiful energy, and it's a card where you're taking care of family members as well as the family members and friends taking care of you. So it's this really wonderful, balanced, beautiful energy. You just really, as I said, emotionally, you've got no issues for yourself at all when it comes to April. Everyone, if there are any sort of little issues that you've been concerned about, your friends, your family, your acquaintances, they're all going to be able to help see you through any dangers that you might feel lying out there for you. You're really on a path to success and happiness. And it's a lot of thanks to the supportive people around you as well that has got you to this place. So it's just, it talks about future happiness, family and friends and loyalty. So I'm just loving that energy for you, Scorpios. And then you've got that 10 of Pentacles. This is a card of abundance, and It talks about having all of your financial needs met. When you get that 10 of Pentacles, there is no limit to what you can achieve now. You know, you've got the material prosperity, and it can come to you in unexpected ways as well. You might be having a bit of a windfall. The 10 of Pentacles just is money, money everywhere. It can talk about family money as well. And help from somebody who perhaps is someone like a family member that's close to you. You could just have that little windfall. It's talking about financial security. But another thing that this card talks about is breaking through any limitations that you might feel you have. And it's victory, it's financial growth. There are just wonderful, abundant things for you in April, Scorpio. I'm absolutely loving those two cards. It starts out with that beautiful, beautiful energy for you. And, you know, this is just joyful contentment. You've got a lot of happiness in April around you. And a strong connection to your family. Both the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles is strong connection to your family. And then this energy flows into the Star. And again, what beautiful, beautiful energy the Star is. This is that card of really, it talks about success as well, you know. It talks about hope and pure faith and true understanding. And it indicates that a choice, that your choices have really been chosen very wisely, and you can begin to make long-term plans for the future in April. And you really have a sense of purpose as well. And it allows you to see that an abundant future is within reach for you, Scorpios. And, you know, this is abundance in many different areas. Abundance in love, abundance in passion, abundance in money. It's just a card that is... The Star card is that card of faith. So have faith that things are going to work out perfectly for you, Scorpios, because with this energy, I'm feeling like you absolutely are. And again, this card is a beautiful card in the sense that it is that Make-A-Wish card. And when the Star card comes out, it talks about you being on the right path and your long-term plans seem certain. So why not make a wish for what you want? Because it's going to come true. Don't be afraid or have anything holding you back. Think big, guys. That Star card is make that wish and it's going to come true. Now, the Star card can also mean represent an Aquarian. So you could be having some involvement with an Aquarian in April. It's right above the Knight of Cups, which I absolutely love. So this could be a new relationship coming in for you. This could be with an Aquarian. It could also be some wonderful loving energy with a Sagittarian as well. But I'll get into that in a little bit. Now, the next card is that Page of Wands. Now, the pages are always messages or messengers as well. As I said, this one can represent a Sagittarian that is quite significant for you in April. But It can be any fire sign as well, because this is a general reading. So this can be an Aries, it can be a Leo, or it can be a Sagittarian. But with the messages, these are messages that come in quite passionately. They're very It's a very exciting card when you see the Page of Wands. It talks about new opportunities being presented, and you might get some information about something wonderful that's coming into your life. So for some of you, this could be, as I mentioned, a new love, but anything wonderful. This often, because it's a wand card, this can talk about your career, your work, a creative project that you're passionate about, but something wonderful that's coming into your life. And it's quite a creative energy. You're really asked to think outside the box, because it's by doing that, it's going to be extremely valuable for you. And you're really asked to follow your passions and let them guide you to your life's work. And this is really, it doesn't matter what age you are, you can be driven to go in a different direction than what you have been going in the past. And it's a direction that really sparks passion and ignites that feeling of, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. This is what brings me joy. So really, use that beautiful Scorpio brand of magic that you've got there to manifest your happiness. You can do this, Scorpio. And this card can often talk about promotion, career changes, or any promising development in your professional life as well. Now, you've got the Seven of Wands as well. You've got 3 cups and 3 wands. So a lot of passionate energy, a lot of emotional stuff going on for you in April. But the Seven of Wands talks about standing your ground. So if you've been feeling like you have been in a bit of a battle, to do with anything really, it really wants you to defend what you believe in. And it also asks you to ponder your choices. Sometimes you can look at the battle and you can be right, and you're right. But sometimes what the Seven of Wands can ask you to do is assess the situation and see whether the battle is actually worth the fight. You're right. You're right. But is it worth it? Is the battle actually worth it? Often what you see on traditional decks is somebody standing there with the Seven of Wands, and behind them is, a battlefield, or, you've kind of battle weary. You've fought the fight, and now what are you left with? So sometimes this is that kind of energy. But in other instances, if it's really important to you and you believe something to be true and you feel like you're being wronged or hard done by, then stand your ground. You are going to be growing stronger over this particular challenge that is awaiting you, and also make choices from your heart rather than your intellect in April. Now, you've got the Six of Wands as well. Now, the Sixth of Wands is that card of victory. So you've really made some great strides in your journey when you get this card. And sort of all of the trouble that you've gone through, that's left behind now. And you are sort of riding into town on a horse, and everyone is cheering you. That's the traditional imagery on the Six of Wands card, because you have really worked hard and you have achieved what it is that you wanted to achieve. And this card also talks about information that's headed your way that's going to make you extremely happy. So that's great news as well. You could potentially win an award, you could get a promotion, or you might even achieve something that you've really set your mind to in a creative project. You might have, like if you're writing a book, you might get a new contract. If you're writing, if you painted a painting, you might actually get it put in a gallery. You could be writing some music or a movie or something like that. But there's definitely a success for you regarding something to do with your career or something that you've really been passionate about in April. It's just such a wonderful card. And you might even actually be recognized for your accomplishment in a very public way. That's how successful you might be. And it also, if you are starting out a business in the media or in marketing or something like that, you've got something that you want to sell, it could be the time where you need to promote yourself and market your ideas and get your stuff out there in the community. But yeah, I'm loving that energy of the Six of Wands. Absolutely love that for you. And then we have the Knight of Cups. This is that knight in shining armor that comes in and sweeps you off your feet, Scorpio. This is beautiful, beautiful energy. And it talks about a new, powerful emotional experience. So if you're not interested in love or romance, it's just a really wonderful emotional experience and just something that really makes you so happy. And this, for a lot of you, this could be that card of falling in love, or even offers of marriage, or any sort of romantic experience that really causes you to swoon a little bit. And it can actually even feel like you might be getting thrown off balance a little bit by the situation. So don't forget to remain quite grounded, because you've only got one pentacle there to keep you grounded. You're quite out there in April. You've got all that fire energy and the air energy, and the emotional energy. That's kind of quite fluid type of energy. So don't forget to stay quite grounded for yourself. But yeah, this could definitely be with a fire sign, with an Aquarian, and it could potentially even be with another water sign here. But I am feeling, definitely Aquarian or Sagittarian are coming up for you. But such wonderful energy in that night, such beautiful, emotional, happy times. Now, your final card is the Eight of Cups. And this is that card where you are choosing to, maybe it talks about a change that's coming in for you. And it can end, it's a change that you've chosen. It's not something that's forced on you. You are really choosing to go in another direction, and you're not being, as I said, you're not being forced. This is fully your decision, but it's really something that is so beneficial for you, and it's going to put you on track to where it is you need to go. And there are things, you might be feeling a little bit restless, and things that fascinated you in the past, that interested you, whether they be emotional relationships or emotional situations, because this is cups. So this obviously has things to do with love and romance and emotions. This could be a situation that emotionally doesn't excite you anymore. you are ready to turn your back on a particular situation. And for those of you that aren't into, as I mentioned, aren't into romance, or you're not involved in that, it can also be like a spiritual kind of satisfaction, things spiritually that you have held close and dear to your heart. That doesn't that doesn't feed your soul anymore. So you're leaving a certain part of your life behind, and you're yearning for something more meaningful, because you do want to have that life that rewards you emotionally and spiritually. And sometimes leaving things behind can bring about great sadness, but it doesn't mean that it should stop you from doing what's necessary in order for you to become who it is you know you need to be. So that then leads to your final card, Embarking on an Adventure. I love this card, the balloon floating above beautiful distant lands. You see the pyramids and the Big Ben and the Eiffel Tower. So some of you could literally going on adventures. I mean, I don't know how easy that is to do for anyone during the middle of COVID, when there's so many restrictions going on, but it really talks about starting something new. And I really feel this energy. This is just supporting the other cards so beautifully. Now, the affirmation for this particular card is, I savor the wonders of the world. So say that to yourself when you are meditating. So the meaning of this card is, new frontiers await you. You are entering a period of expansion, and you are also going beyond self-imposed limitations. Even if you feel hesitant, this is the time to try something new and do things in a different way. You might even visit far off lands. Step out of your comfort zone and into some fun. Wow, I'm liking this, Scorpio. This is beautiful. The universe wants you to know there is a vast and wondrous vista just around the corner, but you'll never see it if you don't venture out. Adventure often entails risk, but without it, life can become lackluster and stagnant. Plan a trip. Take some classes that push you out of your comfort zone. Experiment with new styles. Do the same things that you've always done, but in new and different ways. Go beyond your boundaries and step out of your character. That is such wonderful energy. So even if you're not able to travel or go to distant lands, plan for it in April. Plan about going on a new adventure, or when restrictions lift, when you're able, plan on those things for the future, because that also is going to spark some creative energy for you. And think outside the box. Just do things differently than the way you have been doing it. That also is like you are stepping out and doing some adventurous stuff, because it's different and fresh and new. But I'm absolutely loving April for you, Scorpio. Some signs have had quite challenging cards, but I don't see that for you. So I hope you enjoyed that reading and it resonated with you. If you're into crystal jewelry, check out my website at kazana.com.au. There's some beautiful crystal pieces there made in Australia, all one-off pieces only. You won't find 100 of those out there. And the meaning of those crystals are also on the website. So have a great month, and I hope to see you next month too. Bye.